If you grew up listening to rock or metal, chances are you had people say things to you like, you listen to that devil music? Rah, 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 Metallica, kill your mother, kill your father. My favorite Metallica song, by the way. One time, I had a kid ask me if Slipknot was a t-shirt brand, which was actually pretty funny to be honest. And something else that I heard a lot about was the idea that Marilyn Manson wanted to kill himself on stage, or he made his fans kill animals at his shows, or he had his bottom ribs removed so he could blow himself. So for today's video, let's take a look at Marilyn Manson performing autofellatio. This video is sponsored by Private Internet Access VPN. I know what's gonna happen after you watch this video. You're gonna immediately go searching for tips on how to suck your own dick. Well, for various reasons you might not want there to exist any record of you having done that, and that's where Private Internet Access VPN comes in. Your identity is completely protected while using this service, and there are no logs kept, something that's been proven in court 2 times. This means your private browsing history stays private forever, and in a world with growing online censorship of varying degrees in various countries, it's important to have ways to view content that might be blocked in your region. With over 3,000 servers in 30 different countries, Private Internet Access can help you get around such censorship. Additionally, a kill switch feature makes it so that in the event of an unexpected disconnection, all traffic to your computer is instantly blocked, so you're never exposed for a single moment. And PC Magazine rated Private Internet Access's VPN as the best VPN for power users in 2020. Click the link in my description to get a 76% discount on Private Internet Access, as well as 2 extra months free and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Strange rumors about Marilyn Manson were kind of like the Chuck Norris facts of the 90s. He was basically the biggest mainstream incarnation of what it meant to be a weird, creepy dude, or was at least perceived that way. So people, especially the ones who weren't fans of his music, would just ascribe the weirdest shit to him. I mean, if people thought Metallica, who are as safe as it gets, were making songs about killing your parents, what would these same people think that a guy like Marilyn Manson was possibly up to? It had to be some real wild, unthinkable shit. And all these rumors would travel from school to school around the world like that weird S thing. For example, there was the rumor that on Halloween of 1996, he was going to kill himself at the climax of his own show. Obviously, that didn't happen, although he came damn close a couple of years ago in New York. That was one of his stage props fell and crushed him in the middle of his set. And you know, because of those rumors all those years ago, people even thought that was staged, but it was real. He got hurt real bad, but thankfully he survived. And as for the Halloween show, although there was a bomb threat, nothing wound up happening from it. The show came and went, and then the rumor evolved into people saying Marilyn Manson's greatest dream is to kill himself at one of his shows, but you don't know what show it's gonna be. Similarly, there was another rumor, one that kind of takes after rumors about Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper, that either he killed animals on stage at his shows, or he wouldn't start his show unless fans killed the animals themselves. This one circulated a lot through chain emails. Let me read one of them for you. Dear whomever may read this, today is March 30th, 1999, and today I heard about something that has to stop. You all know of the sick person named Marilyn Manson. I know someone who went to one of his concerts. He is abusing animals. He threw several puppies into the crowd before his show. Then he told the crowd that he would not start the show until the pups were killed. So, in conclusion, several puppies are killed at each Marilyn Manson concert. This is a sick thing that has to stop now, and we are the only ones who can stop it. This guy is a sick person. I am sending this to everyone on my buddy list, and if you could please send this to at least 10 people, we could make a difference. If people realize what this sick man is doing, then less people will go to his concerts, and then when nobody comes, he can't kill any more puppies. So please, by sending this, you are saving the lives of a couple puppies. And let me just tell you that if you don't send this, you are a self-centered loser. This one to me almost reads a little bit like satire, but I guess it was convincing enough that it was believable for some people. It's obvious that if this were going down, it would be impossible to hide. In this time period, Marilyn Manson is playing 20,000 cap venues. Surely, at least one of those 20,000 people, including venue staff who don't necessarily give a shit about Marilyn Manson, would have a problem like that and say something. But I can't even act that smug about these ones because the next one got me. Like, I literally thought this rumor was true until like maybe a year or two ago. I'm talking about the rumor that Marilyn Manson got real breast implants for the cover of Mechanical Animals. Which, unpopular, well, I don't even know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, I think it might be. But that's actually my favorite Manson album. I mean, I think Antichrist Superstar has higher highs, Irresponsible Hate Anthem, Beautiful People, Tourniquet, those songs are untouchable. But beginning to end, I feel like Mechanical Animals is the only one that I'll really sit down with like that. But anyway, the cover of Mechanical Animals, he's got these tits. And the music video for Dope Show comes out and he's still got those tits. A few months pass and he puts out a music video for I Don't Like the Drugs But the Drugs Like Me, and now his tits are gone. So what happened to his tits? I'll let this old Angel Fire website, The Auditorium, explain. 1. Did Marilyn Manson really have breast implants? Only temporarily. Reconstructive plastic surgery for the photo shoot for the new album Mechanical Animals. In other words, he only had breasts for a certain amount of time. They were removed after the photo shoot. Marilyn wanted to have that androgynous look, sort of sexless and sexy at the same time. Look at the album cover, you'll see what I mean. In parts of the Dope Show video, he wears a bodysuit. So this is a page that's all about clearing up misconceptions about Marilyn Manson, and the top answer is confirming the fake rumor that he had real breasts. And I guess part of why I believe this one was that, compared to a lot of the other stuff he was accused of, this one was a lot more realistic. I mean, this is the thing people actually do. It wasn't even that many years later when a guy who actually did get breast implants because he lost a bet went on The Man Show back when Jimmy Kimmel didn't suck. But unfortunately, yeah, this one was fake. He wasn't wearing the bodysuit just in the music video, but always. The way that website explained it, it reminds me of how I used to think 2 of the Ninja Turtles were real when I was a little kid, because TV Guide only listed actors for 2 of them. Then there was the rumor that Marilyn Manson was Paul from the Wonder Years all grown up. Wouldn't that be something? The archetypal nerdy kid grows up and becomes the world's craziest shock rock icon. Alright, I kinda believe this one for a little bit too. So The Wonder Years ends in 1993. Josh Saviano, the actor for Paul, is never seen on TV again. Marilyn Manson's major label debut was in 1994. And they did kind of have similar facial features. Although now that I look, they actually don't really look that similar. I specifically remember hearing this one in the locker room in junior high, and back then I didn't have a phone to look it up. So I guess I kind of just took my fuzzy memory of what Paul looked like, and was kind of like, I guess they kind of do look similar. The thing is, although Marilyn Manson's major label debut was in 1994, his band was actually put together in 1989. This was during the run of the Wonder Years. Here's a picture of what they looked like. So this would have been the same guy. In fact, what actually wound up happening with Josh Saviano was he quit the TV industry to become a lawyer. And in 2013, he actually spoke to Yahoo about this rumor. I actually think it was one of the very first internet rumors, because it was 1994. The internet was just sort of becoming mainstream, particularly on college campuses. It was just perfect timing and the perfect storm. He said that at some point, he was actually planning to run up on stage at a Manson show and put a rest to the rumor once and for all. But now he's glad that he didn't do that because he's come to love the fact that some people still do think he's really Marilyn Manson. Of course, the biggest Marilyn Manson rumor of all is that he got his bottom 2 ribs removed to suck his own dick. And there's a lot of things to consider here. First of all, if you could suck your own dick, would it even be that great? Great enough to have a major surgical procedure? People put sucking their own dick on this pedestal, like it's this amazing thing to aspire to, but I'm not convinced. Cause in their heads, like, they're just like barely reaching it and then that's it, you're in. You just touch the tip like E.T. I mean the finger thing, there's no sucking your own dick scene in E.T. You've gotta be able to get a sizable portion in there. Like you have that Saturday Night Live sketch where Will Ferrell's taking yoga to learn how to suck his own dick and then he achieves it. But then you nut and what happens? Well, oh my god, you don't know what to fucking do with it, so it just flops out. It's awkward. And this theory is backed up by a post that I found on Reddit. Scruffy Nerd finishes in his own mouth, spills it like a goofball. Found on r/autofellatio, a subreddit dedicated to sucking your own dick. Obviously, I can't show you the posts from there, but here's a sampling. Is self-sucking gay? Keep injuring myself. Can't bend my back. So I managed to make contact, but I have a minor concern. 2 property managers walked in on me trying to suck my own dick. I still shudder from the thought of it to this day. Repost. A quick browse of r/autofellatio will show you that this is in fact possible without rib removal. In fact, I'm not even so sure that rib removal would even help. Because, it's not really your ribs that are in your way, it's more of like an overall mobility thing. Like, basically, the Will Ferrell character is right, and yoga is the path to blowing yourself. That's not to say that people don't ever get elective rib removal surgery, but it tends to be more tied towards waist training. Women with tiny waists from waist training have been accused of getting ribs removed as far back as the 1800s, although there's no evidence of that having ever happened back then. And considering the state of medicine at that time, it would have been exceptionally dangerous to get something like that done. More so than it is now. The accusations probably mostly just came from the fact that when you look at like a really small, trained waist, it just looks unnatural, like some kind of uncanny valley thing. But that being said, there are some known cases where this has actually happened. One of them being Amanda Lepore, who traveled to Mexico not to get her ribs removed, but to have them broken and pushed in further to create a smaller waistline. Another being Pixie Fox, who had 6 ribs removed in Indiana. Her surgeon, Dr. Barrie Epley, spoke to Fox and mentioned that this is a procedure that just does happen from time to time. Rib removal is almost an urban myth dating back to the 1970s when Cher was rumored to have had it. But it is done, he said. I just did a rib removal surgery on another woman after Pixie who removed even more ribs than her. It just seems extreme because it is the only plastic surgery other than liposuction that removes normal body parts, so it seems extreme. As for Marilyn Manson, he commented on this rumor somewhat recently. In an article for Q magazine, he answered a few fan-submitted questions. This one came from a reader named Keith Rathbone. For years, it was rumored that you'd had a rib removed to achieve self-fellatio. Obviously that's nonsense, but have you ever tried to suck your own cock? To which Manson responded, wow, does Keith get money if I answer this? No comment, Keith, you cunt. Nearly a decade before that, he addressed it in the book The Long Road Out of Hell, the autobiography he co-wrote with Neil Strauss. If I really got my ribs removed, I would have been busy sucking my own dick on the Wonder Years instead of chasing Winnie Cooper. The year before that book, however, in another interview also of Neil Strauss, but this time for Rolling Stone magazine, he addressed the rumors as a whole. For a solid year, there was a rumor that I was going to commit suicide on Halloween, says Manson. He's sitting in a hot tub. Yes, a hot tub, in his hometown of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I started to think, maybe I have to kill myself. Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Then, when we were performing on Halloween, there was a bomb threat. I guess someone thought they would take care of the situation for me. It was one of those moments where chaos had control. The article goes on to dismiss a lot of the rumors and talks about how a lot of them come from a place of Marilyn Manson being misunderstood, not just by people who disliked his music, but also sometimes by his fans themselves. That being said, there's no way he's never tried to suck his own dick, at least once. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a very different style of video for the channel, but if you did, you should check out my video about the guy who impersonated Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater so he could sleep with and rob gay men in New York. Peace out.